The girl who planted trees. Once there was a girl. She was just a small girl, about your size. Actually, she lived in a dry little village at the foot of a great grey mountain. All day long, the fierce sun scorched the earth, and when evening came, the hot air hung heavily around the houses. One night, unable to sleep, the girl found her grandpa reading a battered old book. "Oh," she gasped, "I wish our mountain could be like that." "This is our mountain," sighed her grandpa. "But year after year, the trees have been cut down and all the animals have disappeared." Sadly, he kissed the girl's forehead, then tucked her back into bed. As she ate her breakfast the next morning, the girl thought to herself, "If only we could bring our mountain forest back. But what could she do? She was just one small girl." Then a tiny idea caught in the corner of her mind. "This fruit grew on a tree," she whispered. "And here are the pips." So she gathered some up things and set off up the mountain. Higher and higher she climbed. The rough track got steeper, and the blistered sun scorched the girl's back. But she did not stop. When at last she reached up the top, and the girl began to dig and dab and baked earth. There she buried her pip and whispered a wish. "Please grow, little Pip." But when she returned, eager to see what her had sprouted, there was not a single bit of green to be seen. "Oh, Grandpa," sighed the girl, "I want to grow a fruit tree on the mountain, so I planted a pip. But it was a silly waste of time." "It was a lovely idea," said her grandpa, "but the mountain is too dry for anything much to grow. And besides, a pip can't sprout overnight. It takes days or even weeks." "Oh," said the girl, "in that case, I'll plant some more. And this time I'll water them." That afternoon, the girl knocked on the neighbour's door. "I'm growing some fruit trees on the mountain," she said. "Can you collect some pips for me?" "Oh my," the woman chuckled. "I've heard everything now." All the same time she picked out 7 large pips from her peeling. And also the girl, others, neighbours laughed too. By the end of the week, she had a great number great number of pips and seeds and stones of every shape and size. 100 seeds will grow, 100 trees. The girl grinned. Weeks passed, and each time the girl climbed the mountain, she imagined she was walking beneath a cool canopy of dappled leaves. How wonderful it could be! Every day she watered the plant more seeds and watered them very well. And soon the seeds began to sprout. Even though some withered and away under the baking sun, and some were eaten by birds or dug up by animals, the girl did not give up. Until one day, some of her saplings had grown as tall as the girl herself, maybe even taller than you. Soon I shall grow a whole forest, she thought. Gradually, a small patch of green began to appear on the great grey mountain. It soothes the frowns from people's foreheads and pulled up to corners of their mouth. Even the little girl's grandpa started to feel a little lighter on his tired older legs. Then one sheltering night, a terrible storm came in the valley. Thunder boomed, lightning ripped across the sky night, and the fiercest wind tore through the house. The girl huddled against her grandpa, and her heart sobbed as her heart might break. The trees, she cried, my poor trees. The storm had destroyed all of them. At home, the girl said to her grandpa, slowly begins to mend what has broken. Suddenly, the girl noticed something incredible. In the shelter of the barn, a tiny weed stretched in its petals to the sun. Grandpa, she said, the storm was too much for my little trees. Maybe it could grow here until they're strong. In the days that followed, they filled their yard with a hingly-pingly collection of pots, jugs and pans, and in each one a tiny perfect seedling began to grow. But when a last young trees were ready, the girl became worried. Our trees are so strong, she said, but how will I be able to carry them all the way up to the mountain? We will, said the girl and her grandpa filled a cart and pulled it up the mountain together. At At last, all the trees were planted, each tied to a strout stick to protect them blustering from the wind. Still the girl sighed. We've worked so hard, she said, but it'll take thousands of years to cover the whole mountain by ourselves. It's lucky that we're not by ourselves, then said her grandpa. Look. And there below, the girl saw a great crowd of people shaking up the mountain track towards them. Oh, Grandpa, she cried, they're bringing the rest of our trees, yours and many more, said her neighbour. You dreamed that we could bring the forest back, and now your dream is our dream too. Weeks turned into months, and months stretched into years. And just like the trees, the girl grew tall. She studied hard and learned to care for the land. All the while, everyone worked together to look after the trees and the plants new ones. And slowly the mountain turned, and slowly the great grey mountain turned green. Until one day, when the girl was a grandmother herself. The mountain was even more wonderful than the picture in her grandpa's old book. More wonderful than anything could ever have imagined. Almost as wonderful as you. The end.